Make it a light day.
I think
There
it's just about that time.
Yeah, I know.
Few more seconds.
So,
Yeah. Anyway. Say, welcome to the joint meeting of the Board of Selectmen and the Budget Committee for the town of Lyman. Do you all wanna salute the? Thank you.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have, hey, it's been a while since I've been on one of these, so this is the whole year, at least. I have a few little housekeeping items that I'd like to say is I would like everybody to be able to be heard, whatever they have to say. I like it if only one of us talked at the same time. If we could do that, then I'm cool. And I wanted to know how you would like to proceed with this meeting.
Down, the budget committee met, they voted on most items. So I was gonna start off with the very beginning, for the select board, and then if the budget committee hasn't voted, I would weigh in on that. And that's how I was gonna proceed,
Okay,
same as usual.
sounds like a plan.
Great,
Thank you.
so for salaries and benefits, 272,559. Budget committee voted 4-1. What say you, select board? To total of the salaries and benefits.
Okay.
Okay.
That is,
Turn to page 7. So there's a total on page 4. And then on page 7, you have those two together, and that gives you your warrant article.
What was the total put together?
1,272,559.
So first time, so what do we don't vote because it's a workshop, right? So we
No,
say, okay.
no, this is a meeting. This is our meeting.
You
That's what I was asking
motion,
the expect-
you second, you vote. They already did their vote.
Um.
So I'm asking you guys your pleasure.
I'll make a motion to accept the 1,272,559
Second.
for salary and benefits.
Any discussion? Yes?
If I could. This is a slap in the face. And I'm not gonna make any friends saying this, but this is a slap in the face. In the real world, if you work less hours, you don't work more money. I sat here last year and then at town meeting, and all I heard was our employees are overworked, we need to hire more help. And we did. And now, apparently there's not enough work because we're gonna reduce the amount of hours that they work. And we're gonna pay them more to do that. Plus, we're gonna build a new town hall to give them a place to do this less work. So we either need less employees or less pay. I'm 60 years old. I still go out and pound nails every day, whether it's hot, cold, whatever. And to watch my property taxes go up again. So that to pay these inflated salaries. I've been hearing it from so many people. They cannot believe. Number one, that we've cut the hours, and number two, that we're gonna increase everybody's pay. If it was up to me, which it's not, I would make the town hall hours Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, have all of our employees be part-time with no benefits. But I'm not gonna have that, nobody's gonna probably support me on that. But this, to me, is a slap in the face to every person that pays taxes in this town. My opinion only.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think a lot of what you just said to me is kind of a slap in the face to our employees. In a sense, are you here? day in and day out and seeing what they do. We made a decision based on the fact that we were actually losing good employees to other towns because we weren't keeping up. And part of the incentive to make a better work-life balance was to close on Fridays. It's not because they don't have enough work for Fridays. It's because we were looking for ways to be creative with our town manager to be able to keep the employees that we have because they're good employees and we wanted to retain them. And so you can look at it that way. I understand your point very much. But that's not the case.
Sorry,
Well-
I'll second that because we cut the hours so we could pay them more without taking out of the funds. So that was the way that we could give people what they needed to be competitive. Having people coming in and out, it doesn't do anything for us. That's my opinion. I was happy with my vote and going for this. But this vote on the salary is not, we've already done that. We can still talk about it, but this vote is for the COLA increase. Is that right?
No, this is for the salary.
Well,
This is for your budget for next year.
No, I know, but I thought we had already changed the hours as well as the hourly.
We did.
Okay. But I'm just gonna say that I was very comfortable in making that decision.
I agree with my colleagues that the reason why we went in the direction of closing on Fridays was for the sake of being more competitive with the other communities around us. It is difficult to find good help, and once you do find them, do your best to retain them. And I think this is the method that we're employing to do just that.
It's not a win-win situation. Something had to come up and it was the hours, but I feel good about giving the folks what they needed so we could keep them.
David?
I agree with the select board. Although I do respect the opinion. I believe it should be approved.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything to add to that?
Did you all get the handout where it showed the median? Okay.
I agree with you all. I think at face value, it looks like they're getting paid more for doing less, but when you look at the bigger picture from a management perspective, I think bringing them up to the medium that's competitive with the, the surrounding towns was the right thing to do.
Is there any more discussion by the select board? All those in favor? Aye. David?
I,
The vote?
Okay, general admin. Page 13. In the amount of 207,842.
Make a motion to accept general admin 207,842.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on that? David Alves, do you have any discussion on that?
no,
Anyone? I'm not hearing any. All those in favor? Aye. David Alves,
I,
it's unanimous to the four of us that are here.
Page 14.
Elections.
Elections in the amount of 11,300. Budget committee voted 5-0. What say you, select board?
Move that we approve the amount of 11,300 for elections.
Second.
Any discussion? David, do you have any discussion?
no,
Anybody have any comments? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
David Alves,
I,
it's unanimous.
Page 15, the very first line. General admin insurance, 34,660. Budget committee voted 5-0. What say select board?
Make a motion to accept the 34,660 for general admin insurance services.
Second.
Any discussion? You have any discussion, Dave?
no,
Well, anybody else got anything to comment on that? All those in favor? Aye. David Alves,
Aye.
unanimous?
Page 16, animal welfare. $8,805, budget committee voted five.
Sorry, did we give contingency?
It's moved.
Oh, I'm looking at the new one, it's next. Sorry.
You said 0.
Okay.
Hi. You're doing fine.
Yeah, it's now this.
Okay, animal welfare, $8,805, budget committee voted 5-0. Let's say the select board.
Move that we approve the amount of $8,805 for animal welfare.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Any discussion here? I guess you guys already voted. I'm just asking anyway, because I'm being polite. And I want to hear what people's opinions. So, anyway, all those in favor? Aye. David Alves,
Aye.
it's unanimous.
Right in the middle of that page, Health and Human Services, $2,400, budget committee voted 5-0. What say the select board?
Make a motion to accept 2,400 for health and human services.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Yes, I think we still should have made the contribution to Life Flight and to Caring Unlimited, as we have, particularly to Life Flight in years past. Just my opinion on that.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. David Alves,
Aye.
all those opposed? 1,
No.
3-1.
Okay, page 18, roads, 856,436, budget committee voted 5-0. What say the select board?
The amount of $856,436 for roads.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Any discussion?
No.
That was the Desert Brooks or something was taken out.
We took it out, yep.
All right, I'm hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. David Alves,
Aye.
motion carries unanimously.
Page 27, buildings and grounds. $854,417, budget committee voted 5-0. What say the select board?
Move that the amount of $854,417 be approved for buildings and grounds.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Sorry, what was the change? Because it actually went down 1,000 and I can't remember. Anybody remember off the top of their head?
We. Something. I don't remember off the top of my head, Kate.
Any more discussion?
Right.
All those in favor? Aye. David Alves,
Aye.
it's unanimous.
Page 30, transfer station. 377715.
Hang on, I'm trying to get there.
Oh, sorry.
My thumb reading my paper. Oh,
I'll move to accept 377,715 for transfer station.
Second.
any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. David Alves,
Aye.
Page 31, Parks and Rec. 11,595, budget committee voted 5-0. What say the select board?
I move that we approve the amount of $11,595 for Parks and Rec.
Second.
Any discussion? Any comments from anybody? All
Sorry,
right,
am I looking at this wrong? It looks like the 370, sorry, never mind. Just looking at this. I should be looking at this. No discussion.
all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
David Elves,
Aye.
it's unanimous.
Reserves, computer, 7,500, budget committee voted 5-0. What says select board?
Move we approve the amount of $7,500 for the reserve account for computer.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. David Elves,
Aye.
it's unanimous.
Transfer station compact reserve, $7,500. Budget committee voted 5-0. What says select board?
We approve the amount of $7,500 for the compactor reserve account.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on that? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. David,
Aye, sorry.
it's okay. You're good. That's unanimous too.
Okay, town hall reserves, $100,000. Budget committee voted 3-2-0. What say the select board?
So what page is that on? Sorry.
It's on the top of 32.
At the top.
Oh, no wonder. It's looking at the wrong page. I'm like, what?
Thank
What was our recommendation?
3-2-0. 3 voted yes, 2 voted no.
Move to accept 100,000 for reserves at town hall.
100,000.
Second.
All right, it's moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Yeah, can someone refresh my memory?
I'd like to know what the budget committee number was that we discussed, rather than 100,000.
You voted the 100,000. 3-2.
But there was obviously a recommendation that was different. We
I-
had a split vote.
Honestly,
I have 0 on my sheet, Sue.
Okay. Anybody remember?
Sorry, what did that cover again? I'm sorry.
that's the town hall expansion.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That was all.
any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
David Elves,
Aye.
motion carries.
Good.
Mhm.
Revaluation reserve, 38,000. Budget committee voted 3-2. What say the select board?
I move we approve the amount of $38,000 for the reval in reserve account.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Would you like a discussion?
Would you like to discuss?
Yeah, I don't think there's enough money there. It's gonna cost probably about 350,000. We've got like 4 years to go. And I don't know what's in it now.
150,000.
As of December 30th, 150,000.
Okay, so we're gonna add 38, so that's 180. That leaves us with like 300, like another, 150, 200,000 to make up in 3 years.
I don't think the prices of these are gonna go down any in that time
No,
frame
I
either.
think we need more money.
Yeah.
Then. We're gonna end up hitting it at the end, but we're gonna whack it at the end, but I'm just saying, I don't believe there's enough money in there to cover the reval.
Do you think that's why the vote went down 3-2 on your?
Yes, because 2 of us thought we didn't have enough money. in
What
there.
was the number that you guys were thinking?
50.
50,000? Well, hearing that,
I mean,
Well, you're
you
still
just
gotta-
have to- You don't wanna have to pay for it all
Yeah.
at once at the end.
Because then it hurts more when it's more.
well, we have the motion moved and seconded and we're discussing it, so we
Yeah.
still have to vote this one way or the other. My personal opinion is I'm gonna let it ride for this year. Despite the what was brought up, I get that. But y'all can have fun with this next year. Wait, is there any more discussion?
Well, just with the 38 grand, that would increase the balance to about 188,000. So
You've
if,
got to get to 350 in 2 years.
well, it says here 300,000.
What's that?
The estimate,
It was 250 last time, 8 years ago. What do you think it's gonna be next time?
well, I'm just looking at.
Well, we have our
it's
paperwork,
obvious.
what the paperwork says is estimated at 300,000, which was previously estimated at 200,000, and we're in year 5 of 10.
Mhm.
Just for the people at home that don't have this to follow along with. So,
So it would be short of 122,000 over the course of 4 years. So we may have to increase it to maybe 50,000 in the subsequent years, but I'd be inclined to go with the 38 for now.
hold on, is there any more discussion on that?
No,
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. David, anyone opposed? It's 3-1. Motion carries.
Okay, comprehensive plan reserve account, it's new. We originally put in 10,000, budget committee recommended 5,000 with a 4-1 vote. Let's see the board.
Okay.
What was the reasoning for the different number than what we recommended?
I think it was was this a comprehensive plan committee or both?
This is the comprehensive plan reserve account.
Yeah, how much is in it now?
It's new.
So
So zero.
there's nothing in it.
Page.
Yeah, we just felt that we weren't gonna need that much. I think you've already paid a bunch for the planning people.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
behind it was typically you do comp plan revisions every 10 years or so, give or take. And other towns spend about anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000. So your comprehensive plan committee has been putting in a lot of work, and SMPDC has been working with us as well to try to keep the costs down. But in reality, it's a lot of work.
Do we
So
know, do we have any idea what it's gonna cost us this year?
probably half, like, it's probably gonna be like 50,000, give or take. That's a.
Well, we got 10 years to go at 50 grand, that's
But I
5 grand a
can't
year.
guarantee it's gonna be 50.
Oh, that was
We've got
our
a really
point.
good
Cause
community. And they came to the board, and we said, this is a lot of work. You need professionals to do this. So in 10 years, 10,000 every year, you get to 100,000. That's what other communities are paying, 100,000 upwards of $200,000.
The reason I believe that that a lot of people are paying that now is because the state's made a lot of rule changes. The last time we did a comprehensive plan committee, I don't know, were you on the committee? Somebody was talking. They spent like 10 grand the last time.
yeah,
This time, there's a lot of different things that is
well,
put in.
yeah, there's a lot of different laws that
Yeah.
have been changed and
But do
whatnot.
we think
so-
in the next 10 years, there's gonna be a lot more different ones?
I don't know.
But that's our opinion anyway.
Okay, one at a time, please. Yes.
So I'll point out that Lyman does not have an approved comprehensive plan by the state. Like you might have spent $10,000 and approved a comprehensive plan by the voters, but it hasn't gone through the state level. So you kind of miss opportunities for grants or certain revenue sharing, because it never went through the state level to get.
Well, that's what we're
I
doing
think-
now, I assume. That's why we're gonna spend all this money this time, but we're gonna already have one approved by the state.
In-
The next time, then we're just gonna have to update it. But if you
We,
think it's gonna cost 100 grand to update it, go ahead.
we jumped ahead of this a little bit. We didn't move and second it for our amount or not, cause I wanted to know what the discussion about the difference. So, based on that, I'll entertain a motion for either number.
I'll make a motion for $10,000 for the comprehensive plan.
Second.
Now, is there any more discussion?
Just kind of a side question, because at the end of the decade, we also have to do the charter. So will some of that money be able to be used if we don't use it?
I think that's separate.
There's a new.
Separate.
Separate.
There's a new
Yeah,
amount.
that was must have been the deal. Thank you.
And just for clarification, when we get to outsourced general admin, we've got, I think, 14,000 set aside for the comprehensive plan contract with the SNPDC for what's going on right now.
Yeah. For the current one, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but this is for the future.
That's right.
So this is on the table for $10,000. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
David Alves,
Aye.
it's unanimous.
Ordinance review, we discussed $5,000. Budget committee recommended $2,500 and a 4-1 vote.
Did we jump over?
Yeah, I don't,
Is capital improvement next?
yeah, I thought it was,
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, is that comp plan and capital improvement?
So you need to be down here.
yeah, this is where we were.
Comprehensive plan, ordinance review. That's
Yeah,
what I just said.
Okay, thank you.
What page you on?
I'll make a motion.
What
Oh,
if
the-
it doesn't
32?
follow?
Okay, so,
So over here,
Okay.
that's where I am.
okay,
Sorry.
no problem.
I'll make a motion to approve $5,000 for the ordinance review.
Second.
I don't see it.
There's discussion.
Oh,
There wasn't here, what is that?
Oh,
Who
Second
seconded
body.
that? I'm
Two.
sorry. Okay, thank
Right,
you.
yeah.
not even on this one.
Um,
Sorry, I wasn't here that day, but I get a refresher of what that was for.
Oh.
5,000.
So we're the bottom, we're at the bottom of, towards the bottom of page 32. Ordinance review, which is a new.
Mhm.
It's $5,000. The budget committee voted 2,500 for
and
that.
that was to, I believe,
I got
to
it.
set money aside, and once again, Southern Maine planning to help with
We're gonna need,
revision of the,
because of all those
zoning
new laws,
ordinance.
just like the comprehensive plan stuff.
Sense, thank you.
So we're moved and seconded and discussing. Is there any more discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
I,
David Alves,
Aye.
it's a motion. It's carries unanimously.
Okay, facilities equipment reserve, which is also new. We discussed 10,000. Budget committee recommending 0 and a 5-0 vote.
Move to accept the 10,000 for facilities equipment reserve.
second.
Okay, this is what we did when we were talking about a piece of equipment that was in the budget, and we removed that piece of equipment and said we would start this. I know you gotta start somewhere, and this person probably needs some. We outfit our fire department with safe things for them to do their job, this person to do his job. Also, I know, there's a lot of disagreement necessarily about it. I think there's also, you gotta realize too that the town is growing, it's changing, there's more people. We have that Bunganut we've been having as a priority. This is a thing, that we're starting. This is the first year with this employee. I think it's going good. And it's really something that you save for the future, even though there's not an exact clear vision exactly where that is, because it's fluid. It's in its infancy stages, even if I can't say that. And so instead of buying that, we thought we would start this and see where it goes. And so that 10,000 is in our motion.
Our opinion, or?
I do.
Here again, it doesn't seem to be a plan. I listened to you guys when you were talking, and you said you wanted to buy a piece of equipment to be used by one of our employees. And it'll be used for various things, okay? I heard one of you say you needed one that would lift 2,000 pounds. A piece of equipment that'll lift 2,000 pounds is gonna cost you 60+ grand. Maybe more. That's not including any extra attachments you put on.
Good.
Now you have it. Are you gonna only use it in one location, or are you gonna wanna move it around? Then you're gonna need a trailer then you're gonna need a truck big enough to haul the trailer. So
Did I,
that 60,000 is gonna turn into 200,000
no,
before we go too far. This is what I say, you need to have a plan.
well, a plan that can be a plan, but if you're kind of fluid, you don't really know what's going on yet, how can you have a plan, a rigid plan? We
Well, you
talked about a lot of things that night, and also what was brought up too is instead of that, tractor would be mowing equipment, larger mowing equipment, and have that person do some of the mowing, which would take some of the mowing money out of the budget.
But you're still
the
gonna have to
future.
buy the equipment and buy the equipment to move it with. And by the time you.
Doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna move it.
It's much cheaper to contract it out.
Okay,
My point to this is you already have a tractor that's sitting up there that you're only
Yeah.
using 4 days a week, and the rest of the time it
Well-
just sits there. And that's what we put $25,000 into painting the tractor last.
I brought that up in our discussion, and that's when we discussed that it could be a piece of mowing equipment. It's like I said, it's not really fluid yet, but we're starting to think about that. So if you want to put some money away, you either do or you don't. If you want to,
I agree with Ken on that point. I mean, that, the machine up on the hill should be utilized.
I agree.
But either way, I believe that there should be a reserve set aside for future decisions so that we don't have to be surprised and have to put $50,000 all up at once, 60, 70, whatever it is.
The nice thing about that piece of equipment also is that it can be driven on the road to get from job to or place to place where it needs to be used instead of having to haul it.
And I think part of the hesitation to have any better of a plan is because the department itself is new and we're not even through the first season yet to figure out how that's gonna work. So
Exactly.
that was part of why it was so kind of blurry.
I think maybe it's a philosophical difference in how you manage a budget, but in all of my years of management, I would never go and ask for money without having a plan. So it seems like the cart's before the horse here, in my opinion. To
Okay,
me, you should take the time to formulate the plan. And it's not that I don't agree with the reserve. I think, it would be a smart thing to do if we knew the direction we were headed and what the goal was.
Total respect for that, Karen. I just think that when you're talking municipal versus private can raise the money a lot faster than usually a municipal can. So we're just trying to plan for the future.
It's not a matter of raising the money quicker. It's just a matter of putting pen to paper and getting a plan together.
Well, maybe
which is hard to do at this moment where we are in time. Next year at this time, there will be much more of a plan, wouldn't you say?
Plan originally discussed was like taking on mowing. So trying to find equipment for mowing. And I also want to point out that like historically, the town has benefited from staff allowing the town to use their own equipment, tractors and heavy duty equipment and such. And so it's helped keep expenses down, but it's not something the town can require or rely on indefinitely, just using other people's stuff. And an example of that is when we did plowing at the transfer station, we had an agreement where it was at a very low cost. And once that arrangement was no longer there, then we were hit with an increase in the budget line because we couldn't plan for something like that happen. So that was due to kind of lack of planning, relying on somebody else doing something at a really low cost, which we're very grateful for, but it's just not something that we can depend on indefinitely.
I'd like to add to the amount that Dave talked about. The big truck, the trailer, the track. On top of that, you're proposing to repair I can't think of the name of it. To repair a brush wood chipper, thank you. Now we have all of this equipment that we're putting a reserve away for. We have no plan. Where are you gonna put it? Now you're talking about building a building. You're talking about a DPW. You're talking about having a mechanic on staff.
Are we talking
Somebody
about
can
that?
run it.
We never
You're
talked
thinking
about that.
You are, you're looking at a plan to increase eventually over whatever, 5-year, 10-year plan to end up with a DPW. We don't need a DPW in this town.
We have not discussed that.
No,
That's your-
nobody's got a.
That's,
plan.
that's it.
When you hire people and equipment to do work. that's what people
Okay,
do.
one person.
All right, yeah, please.
When you're talking about buying large pieces of equipment, you're talking about repairing pieces of equipment that we haven't used for a very long time. We've hired a director of facilities, AKA director of DPW. Now you want to add more money in reserve to eventually buy more equipment, to buy a building. All of that needs to be reviewed and discussed before we start putting the money away for it. I don't think putting this off a year is gonna, 10,000, putting it away for till next year's budget to have a plan in place and see where that goes.
Oh, that's a good point that I was gonna save for something else, but,
I think at this point, we've got to do what we can do to keep the budget in line with what the commitment is, so that taxpayers aren't gonna get hit with $18 like they did last year.
any more discussion? Any more comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, David Alves,
Aye.
anyone opposed? Nay.
Okay, capital improvement, 15,000. Budget committee recommends 7,500 with a 5-0 vote. What say the board?
I'll make a motion to accept $15,000 for capital improvement.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none? All those in favor? Aye.
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 You said aye? I'm sorry.
Aye.
Thank you. That's unanimous. 4-0.
Can we go back a moment?
Mhm.
The facilities equipment reserve.
3-1,
Mhm.
and she got 4-0, so I just wanted.
Did you
No, that
vote
was
yes?
me. I voted no.
Vicky,
I
Okay.
did not.
Sorry.
I voted, that was the,
Okay,
Resident disaster relief.
next page. Bunganuck Park, 25,000, budget
Page will be
committee.
on
Top of 33,
33.
yes.
Yep. Bunganuck Park, 25,000, budget committee recommended 25,000, 3-2 vote. What say the board?
Make a motion to accept the 25,000 for Bugging Up.
Second.
any discussion?
No.
That's something.
Mhm.
In our discussions, I want to speak for everybody. I think most of us, if not all of us, were concerned that there's no plan for that either. And not that I want to take money away from Bunganuck, but I do want to see a plan. Is it possible to take that 25,000 out of reserve and put it in CIP and label it for beach reclamation?
So there is a plan. It was distributed last year. I looked through my notes and I'll give you guys a copy again if you want to pass them down. But it goes through the expenses. So this is primarily for the beach restoration. So it kind of goes through the estimates and quotes we got on some stuff. And then there's meeting notes from when I met with DEP. So DEP assured us that if we go through the NERPA process, it's a feasible project to restore the beach. And it's also one of the biggest community, like in the surveys that we've done, everybody really wants the water access there.
And I agree with that. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying
So-
take the money out. I'm saying reclassify it so it's labeled, so
But-
people know what we're asking
that-
them for the money.
That is a plan. Saying there's no plan,
Well, but that.
there is a
that's-
plan.
That's
That's a plan here. This
When
is
we
the
talk
plan
about
for
plan,
all
we talk about
Large.
5-year plan. What is Buckingham Park gonna look like in 5 years?
What's your 5-year plan look
I
like?
don't have one. I'm not, probably won't even be around in 5 years.
Karen, you pass that?
Oh,
We don't have that.
But I mean, we have no plans. We keep adding money in and we keep spending it for different things. The town has never agreed on what to do with Buckingham Park.
Thank you.
You're not funding a 5-year plan that doesn't exist.
I understand we don't have a 5-year plan. And I think we should have a 5-year plan.
Well,
And
that's
so
good.
there's- In CIP, there's another, there's a section in CIP that very specifically lays out what monies are being spent for at Bunganut Mansion, benches, so forth. Why can't we put this into that section and label it beach reclamation rather than leaving it blank
Is-
in reserves?
Well, as if I recall, and smack me upside the head if I'm missing it, but the last few years since we started working on Bunganut, that's the amount of money that we've put into it, and we've been putting in $25,000 in. You can see the improvement. Can't you?
I don't.
I mean, can you?
We can't all, but
But I'm just saying, and so it's not like,
also for the
It's for
last
nothing.
5 years, this committee has asked for a plan. And we've asked every year for a plan, and every year we don't get a plan.
well,
There's been a plan for the past almost 2 years, David.
I'm not gonna get one this year either.
Dave, I was just trying to.
yes, sorry. Go ahead, Dave. Say that again,
I
please.
just explained to David for the past 2 years, there's been a plan. It's on paper. All you have to do is request it. I believe the town manager is holding it.
So
Where is it? Why haven't we seen it?
I know that.
That's what he's
Why
calling a
would-
plan. It's a beach and some points.
There's a beach, some points, there's a scope of work, there's pricing. What exactly are you looking for a beach restoration, Dave?
I'm not looking for a plan for beach restoration, Dave. I'm looking for a total plan for the park. What are we gonna have for buildings? What are we gonna do for?
We're not going that far, Dave. You're not, $25,000 isn't gonna go that far.
I thought it was
Yeah.
covered.
Hey.
Madam Chair,
Thank you. You,
And next year we'll ask for a plan again. Thank you.
okay. Anything else?
Yes, so my question is, sorry, Karen, I'm confused. Moving it to another account, is it just so that that money is set aside just for that? Because what would be the difference?
That would be the reason.
It would
Are you
be-
concerned that,
Because if that doesn't happen, they can take that money and use it for something else.
If I could answer, so this year, there was money put in the reserve. And it was my understanding it was for beach reclamation. I know there were delays and we're waiting for permit and all of that, but now that money is being used for kiosks. It's not being used for beach reclamation. So all I'm asking, doesn't affect the bottom line of the budget at all. Is just to reclassify it so it can be labeled, so people know, what we're planning on doing and we can be accountable.
and we are paying, I know it has to be added back in, but the kiosk is being paid for this year.
Yeah, I know.
I know it has to
Came
be
out of
added
that
back in. No,
budget.
But
I
it's coming out of that.
just wanted to add that in there for anybody who's listening.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That's all.
Any more discussion on the 25,000 for the reserve account for Bunganut that is going to be used for beach reclamation? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. David Alves,
I,
the motion carries unanimously.
fire hydrants, 6,000, budget committee recommends 6,000, 5-0 vote. What say the board?
Make a motion to accept 6,000 for fire hydrants.
Second.
Any discussion? I will say, I know there's some in the account already. I think we're gonna be expending a bunch this year because there's a lot of hydrants that are not in good shape.
How much is it?
They started going dry before the winter, but in our budget talks in the fire commission and the fire department and when we met and stuff, we think that it will have enough. But I'm just saying that's gonna be depleted probably fairly well because there's a lot of them that need work that leaks and whatnot. And that some of them aren't holding water. That's not good if you're a hydrant.
I was just asking how much was already in the account and Joe said 14,400.
I said,
Sorry, that would make it
14,400.
14,400, sorry. So,
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. David Alves?
Aye.
Thank you. It's 4-0. The motion carries.
Charter Commission, $1,000, Budget Committee recommended $1,000. And with a 5-0 vote, what say the board?
Move that we approve $1,000 for the reserve account for the Charter Commission.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Have any discussion?
No.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
David Alves?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Dave Dave Road Bridge Culvert Cousins Bridge, 25,000. Budget Committee recommends 25,000 with a 4-1 vote. What say the board?
Make a motion to accept 25,000 for Day Road Bridge culvert.
I'll second.
Which is also known as the Cousins Bridge, is that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Number 3060.
Can I ask what the one vote was against? Comment? From the budget committee, the one that was against?
That the individual who was against it was trying to encourage us to talk to the state and try to get them
That's
to
right.
fund it.
I did listen. Okay, thank you.
Well, this doesn't preclude that.
Right.
But there's this
You're
stream.
looking at the wrong guy.
I know, I'm just saying.
You're a whole body.
Listen, that,
I understand.
the state does have a stream crossing program that we could apply for in the future.
It's also being heavily funded by your LRAP fund, which comes from the state. So it's really not a lot's coming from the taxpayers.
Through the chair, Joe, one of the things that I said was, with the amount of tractor trailers that are illegally using that road because of DOT's construction on Route 35, that perhaps we should reach out to DOT and say, hey, this is partially your fault. And maybe we should recoup some money from them rather than spending our own.
There was
That was
something from
my-
the federal and state level way back when called impact aid. When a situation like that, when the feds were building something that would impact on the state expenses, there would be an amount to compensate for that. It'd be worthwhile, maybe contacting our state representatives, particularly the
Yeah,
gentleman.
and there's really no reason why we can't.
Transportation Committee.
Yeah,
It'd be
Wayne,
worthwhile.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've
Wayne,
spoken to Wayne about it. He's like, oh yeah, by all means.
okay.
Well, we can still do that. So
Yeah, and it's not just me.
is there any more discussion about this
Yes.
right here and now? Okay?
Go ahead.
No,
No,
I asked if there was
yeah.
anything else. So do you have anything else?
No.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. David Alves?
Aye.
Thank you. It's unanimous.
Unforeseen circumstances, formerly known as contingency, $10,000. Budget Committee's recommending 2,500, 3-2 vote. What say the board?
Move to accept the 10,000 for unforeseen circumstances.
Second.
Any discussion? I will, just say that I don't care what you call it. I'm not for that. So is there anything, Dave? You got anything?
No, nope.
All those in favor? Oh,
Wait,
Last year, we said $2,500, it was and set a $5,000 limit on it that was the amount of money we were gonna put into it. We were told this year that the pump at the transfer station was replaced for $2,400, which took care of most of that money that was in
Yep.
$2,500. My question is that if you look further on, we're replacing a motor on a piece of equipment under capital improvement. Why wasn't the pump put under capital improvement?
because it just went. It wasn't,
But you could have spent it on
Budget it.
capital improvement.
well,
Oh, you mean the capital improvement reserve, Ken?
Yeah.
It's not really capital improvement.
Neither is the motor that you're gonna put on this thing. You're gonna repair a motor, right?
Oh, well,
Replace it.
we're getting caught up in the words. So the one that I have in here at the bottom, that's minor improvements. So I could change it to
But
minor
the idea
improvements.
is that the money was spent for something that could have been an improved capital improvement.
Classify that as capital improvement. But like you said, we're getting caught up in the words.
Another issue is what is the plan on this? Was this reserve account gonna have a cap, or is it just gonna keep growing? That was another one of our issues. If we're gonna-
I believe it like you, David, should have a cap, $10,000 max.
I agree with that.
This isn't part of the chipper thing, is it?
No,
No,
No.
this is in case something happens, unforeseen circumstances, or, what we used to call it contingency. You never know, it's a crapshoot, something, one time it was the server fried, one time it was this, one time it was that. It's kind of a plan for, unexpected things.
Does that need to be put into the motion, the cap?
no, we don't usually do that.
So you want to
recommend-
keep it uncapped?
Whatever's
Well-
there.
It's a recommendation by your board.
It's already moved, seconded, and is being discussed.
I think we could have the understanding that this is being recorded, that,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. This being, recorded, public session, that we have the understanding that, this would be capped at 10,000 for the indefinite future.
Well, I made the motion. Can I rescind my motion and change it?
You guys can cap it if you want, but there could be a whole other board, 5 years from now, who could just change it.
Sure.
But we're talking about now.
Yeah.
I can rescind that and change it if I wish, right? Because I made the motion.
If the second
I
agrees.
guess.
Okay, I'm gonna rescind my motion and say I make a motion to do 10,000 for unforeseen circumstances and cap it at 10,000.
Who seconded?
You did.
I did.
Think so.
Seconded as amended.
Is there any more discussion? Or new discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Oh, Dave, were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just legally wise, I'm not sure that we just did that properly. I think we were supposed to go through, vote it down, and then redo it, but I'll go however you do it, as long as we understood that,
I think there was clarity.
okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. David?
Aye.
Would the budget committee like to rescind and reconsider?
What do you want?
I don't know.
Leave it the way it is?
Yep. Yeah.
We're gonna leave it the way it is.
Okay,
I like that, let the people decide.
so fire department vehicle reserve fund, 80,000. Budget committee voted 80,000, 5-0 vote.
Move that the board approve the $80,000 for the Goodwin's Mills Fire Rescue Vehicle for $80,000.
Second.
It's moved and seconded, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye, David Alves,
Aye.
4-0.
Facilities reserve account, 18,000. Budget committee voted 18,000 with a 5-0 vote. What say the board?
Make a motion to accept 18,000 for facility.
Second.
It's moved and seconded, any discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye, David Alves,
Aye.
it's unanimous, carries.
Building reserve account for the fire department, 15,000. Budget committee voted 15,000. I made that change, 5-0 vote. What say the board?
Move that the board approve $15,000 for Goodwin's Mills Fire and Rescue Building Reserve Account.
Second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, David Alves,
Aye.
it's unanimous.
Page 35. Outsourced general admin. 79,595. Budget committee voted 79,595 with a 4-1 vote. What say the board?
Move to accept 79,595 for outsourced general admin.
Second.
Moved and seconded, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye,
Aye.
David Alves,
Aye.
4 to nothing. Hey, carries.
Page 37.
Before we move to page 37, can we quickly go back to reserves, GMFR, where the budget committee line item is listed as 1,000, and we approved.
I changed it earlier today.
Okay, I just want to
Yeah, I
make sure
did
it's
fix
correct.
it.
Yeah,
I did.
Okay,
that was,
that's all I was.
I just didn't get it on this because it was
That's
way earlier.
all right. I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, I did get that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Still.
Ready to move on? So page 37, outsourced other 249,804, budget committee tabled it. What say board and the committee?
Make a motion to accept 249,804 for outsourced data.
Second. Oop,
It's just second
yeah,
discussion.
my apologies. This includes, the, Lyman Historical Society.
No,
And the PSAP fees
well, this is, yeah.
in the library.
I'll,
Would you like to know why we,
well,
Well,
it hasn't been-
first off,
hasn't even-
can we not talk all at the same time,
It
please?
hasn't been seconded yet, so we're not in discussion.
yeah, my apologies. I missed this. I am a member of the Lyman Historical Society, so I rescind my second.
Oh.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Okay, it's moved and seconded again. Now we can discuss it.
we were, in the past, the library made a presentation to the budget committee and the select board. They came in with their proposal for the budget. They gave us their last year's, they gave us their expenditure, they gave us their proposed for the future year. If they had any changes, they would explain them to us. And that's the way it operated. Well, for the last couple of years that I can remember, that the library has just given us their numbers and said, take them or leave them. I attempted to get a hold of the budget, to the library committee. I was unable to get a hold of them. I probably didn't try hard enough, but I tried to get them in, no response. I believe that we should know what their plan is. I mean, here again, they've added quite a bit to personnel.
Did you get supplement 7?
I get that. Yes, I have that. If you look at everybody else's submission, for instance, the fire department, they tell us how much we budgeted last year. They tell us how much they spent last year. And we see the difference. If there's an excess, we know there's an excess, and they include that in the following year's budget to take care of the excess. The library gives us nothing. We don't know how much money they get from other organizations. We don't know how much they get from, they used to get money from Dayton. I don't know if they still do or not. So we have no idea where the money's coming from. And we don't know exactly what their plan is. We know they're going from, it appears at least, that they're going from 2 full-time and a part-time to 3 full-time. Those of us who remember, they used to have 1 full-time and 1 part-time. And they came to us and said, we don't think that's safe. We shouldn't have just 1 person in the building. We agreed. So we went to 2 full-time. Then they went to 2 full-time and a part-time. And it appears they want to go to 3 full-time with no explanation. I just think we deserve an explanation of where $200,000 of our taxpayer dollars are going. And I'm not against the library.
Okay. Any more discussion? Wasn't the discussion that we had previous was that the increase this year was because of added hours for employees. I do know that the library is an integral part of town. I know that it's busy and busier, just like the rest of everything in town has been in the past. I thought we had at one, didn't bring that packet. I brought just the newest stuff, but I know that we had the supplement 7 with all the, did you get this?
Yes, it says what they would like us to fund.
Yep.
Now, if you look at the fire department's budget, they tell us what we funded last year, how much of it they spent, and how much they'd like this year.
we have way closer oversight on the fire department than we do the library,
We
which
give
is a
them
private entity
$200,000, I would
with a
think
board of
that
directors that,
Their board of directors used to brief us every year.
I think it is, I'm not changing my vote on this, but it is a fair request to ask how much of the municipal funds were spent in the last year. I think that's a fair request. The private stuff is none of our business.
I don't disagree with that either.
I think if we do that for one entity, it should be required for all entities
Absolutely.
that get either cash from the town or in kind.
Yep.
So I think that's something maybe the board could probably take a look at, just in the interest of fairness.
Yep.
Agreed.
So where does that leave us in the meantime tonight? You what?
Vote's still out there.
It is, we're still in discussion.
Ask me a question, I'm answering, and I'm just ready for the vote whenever it's, I don't have any more discussion points.
Okay. You got anything else to discuss, Dave?
Nope.
Alrighty then, all those in favor? Aye, David,
Aye.
4-0. But I would like to, put that on a future agenda,
Mhm.
please. To the library, so we can discuss how we go about that in the future.
Do it.
Yeah, but how many other people are there? There's a
There-
$5,000 for the, how many?
Whether it's in kind or whether they're getting money from the town, I'd rather not just blurt it all out. Let's get a list together.
I just asked for a number. How many? Round number.
Okay, no, sorry,
Okay,
I don't have it.
we're gonna keep moving.
Can you do it over a certain dollar amount?
That would probably,
And we-
That would be, I
and
think,
if-
pretty fair.
If we were to discuss it in a way that we could decide if we wanted to do that, we wouldn't have to have
We'd have
all
all
of the
the
details exactly, but, if we put that on an agenda for discussion in the future, I don't see why we couldn't discuss it even if we don't do anything. It seems valid to discuss. But we're here to do this tonight. I don't wanna get down a rabbit hole, do you? Does anybody?
Okay, the budget committee had tabled it. Let's see.
you want to vote on? Does anybody on the budget committee want to make a motion?
I'm recusing myself.
We can leave it tabled?
Yeah, we can.
It would,
table
it would say no vote.
Would say no vote.
I'm in favor of that.
Hmm?
I'm in favor of that then.
Okay, I'm fine with that too. Leave it like it is.
Well,
Okay, Goodwin Mills Fire and Rescue. I spoke to the chief a little bit earlier and they noticed a formula error in amounts to like $64. The new number is 949216.
Okay, where is that on this? Is that the total amount?
All
of
right,
original?
so if you add the new number for personnel
Uh-huh,
and the new number for operations under alignment,
okay.
that's what that number comes to. And if you add the 49 and the 15, comes to the 64. Everybody all understand?
Let me do that so we can get into a
Is the old
discussion.
number supposed to match up to something here? Because I'm not seeing.
It does.
I'll make a motion for 949,216 for Goodwin Mills Fire.
Second,
any discussion?
yeah, what line was the error? Do you know what line the error was? Just,
The exact line, I don't know the exact line.
It was an error that was brought to our attention like
Earlier
by
today.
the treasurer of the fire department, so. I wasn't notified about it until just like you were.
I would move the budget committee make the same recommendation.
Let them
Wait,
vote.
yeah.
Is there any discussion on this? Any discussion on this? No?
No.
Dave, you got any discussion?
No,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. David Alves?
aye,
The motion carries for 949,216, 4-0.
Budget committee,
I make a motion, we change and agree with the budget figure of 949,216.
Second,
Is it second, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? Well, 5-0.
okay. Other CIP, page 39, $70,500. Budget committee voted $70,500 with a 4-1 vote. What say the board?
Make a motion to accept 70,500 for other capital improvement.
Second,
All right, moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye. Dave?
aye,
I mean, David Alves is what I meant to say.
yeah, aye again.
Aye again. It's 4-0. The motion carries.
Okay, you guys have one more thing left. Just the board
This is your
for the
supplement.
revenues for next year, the revenue offsets. Dave, I sent that to you earlier. Did you get it?
7?
I did.
So every year you guys decide what you want to put into your warrant for revenue offsets. This is what I'm recommending. On the back page, you see the breakdown of fund balance. And there you go.
Okay, someone want to explain this? Do we have to get into a discussion first? Vote first.
No, well, this is something, if you don't understand it, I think
I don't.
I would move the discussion first. What do you think? Is anybody against that? If you don't understand it, I'd like to bring that understanding. Is this
Do you
better?
want to make a motion or to,
Oh, we just,
for discussion or? What
Well-
do you guys want to do?
Well, if I read this correctly, motion would be to approve $50,000 for overlay. Am I right on that, or?
It would be for the whole amount, I think.
this is,
Well, you could do overlay separately.
That's for FY 27 proposed, it's
Mhm.
30,000, the 900,000, the 1 million and 50,000 all combined.
Yeah, I added it. I didn't put that. I added it. So basically what we do, KJ, is we have revenues that come into the town. And those revenues offset the budget. We have fund balance or undesignated fund balance, technically. We have excise tax that we are predicting that we're going to bring into the town. We have transfer station money because they go in, they pay to get rid of some of their bulky items and stuff. And then we have overlay. So any questions on the transfer station, excise, or fund balance? No?
No,
Okay,
yeah, it's good.
I thought I heard Dave.
He said no, he said no.
So what overlay is the state allows for a cushion on where we're doing the tax rates. The cushion in our vote goes for abatements. And we're allowed to use it because we asked for that. Before our assessor left, she recommended 50,000 because we're going through the equalization project right now. She thinks more people will be looking at their detail once they get that, and they might see some things on there that weren't caught in the last valuation reval, and she wanted to prepare for that.
Yeah, okay. Makes
Okay.
sense, thank you.
All right. Is there any more discussion before we make a motion?
No.
Anybody else got anything? I'll entertain that.
Well, okay, are we saying that the total amount to propose 1,980,000?
Yes.
Okay,
So
and that's for, I move that we approve $1,980,000 for a recommended cash offset.
Second.
All right, any just,
hang on, let me go back. $1,930,000 for the cash offset, Joe. And the 50,000 because that would become an expenditure.
Okay,
Sorry,
no, that's quite all right.
those two separate.
No, okay, then
Rescind my second.
I'll rescind my original motion and revise it accordingly. I move that we approve $1,930,000 for recommended cash offsets.
Second.
Mhm. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Is it David Alves?
Aye.
There's no one opposed.
And I'll make a motion for the overlay for 50,000.
Second.
Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. David Alves,
Aye.
it's unanimous there too.
That's wrap.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, my apologies, I'm sorry. But back on the vote for outsourced other. I participated in that. And I'm sorry, I'm a member of the Historical Society.
Okay.
So could that vote be recorded as 301?
You misvoted?
Yeah,
It's exciting. You just raised my hand, right?
I did the same thing.
You didn't make the motion or second, though, did you?
I did
We'll
not.
have to revote.
Yeah.
Can I
apologize.
have my supplement 7 back?
I handed it past to Joe. I gave it to Joe.
okay.
The library one.
Yeah, I gave it to Joe. I passed it down.
All right.
I passed it to Joe. Should be right there.
All right, thanks.
Did you put it somewhere? No.
I'll just ask for another copy.
I did pass it down. And look, I don't have it. There it is. Is that it?
No, that's,
No, this is the.
There's another one.
Fuck it up.
I'll just ask for,
Maybe you put it back in your
I'll
staff.
email Jeanette for another copy.
What you
Supplement
got,
7, the
chief?
library one. I just want to keep all my stuff together and I somehow lost mine somewhere.
The library
I'll
supplement.
email.
All I need is a motion to adjourn. Whatever you guys are.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
David Alves?
Aye.
Ready?
I just got.
That's all right. I'll just ask.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, I'm just gonna make sure. I don't.
It's
I'll second.
file somewhere.
Let's see.
I know I passed